Hey, I'm Joe, your mid-range travel expert, and the adventure starts here. Everybody knows Bora Bora for those jaw-dropping mountain views and those amazing overwater bungalows over crystal clear lagoons. Today, we are going to be breaking down Bora Bora versus Moorea and why Moorea might actually be the better option for mid-range travelers. If you've been to either island or both, let me know in the comments which island did you prefer and which one had more bang for the buck. And while you're there in the comments, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. So number one, getting there. Let's start with the journey. To get to Bora Bora, you'll hop on a small prop plane from Tahiti, and that'll cost you around $300 to $450 a person round trip. You also may experience some luggage restrictions, so make sure you watch out on their websites for what you're allowed to bring and what you need to check in. All right, you've arrived to paradise. What's next? You arrive on a motu, actually, that's secluded from the main island and all the other island motus. So now you have to get a water taxi or some sort of transfer to get to your resort. Those transfers can range anywhere from $75 to $150 per person. Add it all up and your wallet is already crying before you've even unpacked. Moorea is much simpler. You hop onto a ferry, which takes about 30 minutes from Tahiti. It's about $30 round trip per person. And boom, you're in paradise. And if you do want a full ferry breakdown from Tahiti to Moorea, I've made a guide. I'll link it below in the description. Number two, let's talk about the scenery. Bora Bora has its crown jewel, Mount Antumanu. It's breathtaking, the kind of single dramatic peak that dominates every view and photo. But that's really the centerpiece. After a couple of days, you've taken in most of the angles that you can get from your resort. Moorea, on the other hand, feels like a living landscape that changes dramatically with weather and depending on if you switch resorts or go for a ride in your car. From above, the island is shaped like a gecko foot. There's two dramatic bays and the Mount Ratui is right in the middle as one of the toes. From Belvedere Lookout, you can really take in the full gecko shape at once, both bays curving inward towards the mountain. Add in the pineapple fields in the island center and beaches where the mountains rise directly behind you. And Moorea delivers a variety that never seems static. Next, let's talk about activities. What do you do when you get there? Bora Bora is built for relaxation. Most visitors will spend their days enjoying the resort's amenities. Think like infinity pools, world-class spas, private beaches, and long leisurely lunches at your beautiful resort. It's all about unwinding and enjoying the beauty of where you are. Moorea, though, it's an adventurer's island. ATV and 4x4s take you into the island's interior, dolphin tours, and from July to November, you can even swim with humpback whales. One of the few places in the world that you can do that. And unlike Bora Bora, Moorea's reefs are pretty accessible anywhere on the island. You don't need to book a tour in order to see marine life. You can literally walk onto the water from even the public beaches, and then you're surrounded with fish everywhere. That's kind of what makes Moorea so versatile. You can spend one day exploring the island's interior, stop at one of the rum distilleries, and another day just relaxing and exploring the marine world. And both will feel completely different. If you're enjoying this Bora Boring versus More Amazing showdown, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's keep going on with the differences. Number four, vibes. This is where the two islands totally separate. Bora Bora is absolutely breathtaking, but it can feel a bit like a resort bubble, and that's by design. Many of the big name resorts sit on their own motu, which is like their own private island. These sit around the main island, and you can get different views of the beautiful mountain. You arrive by boat, so it definitely feels ultra luxe. And once you're checked in, most of what you'll be doing probably will be on your private island motu. It's dreamy and exclusive, but you're also a little isolated. To eat anywhere else, and if you want to see a little bit of that local island life, you'll have to arrange a boat to get to the main island. And something to keep in mind, this isn't like the Caribbean. There's only one all-inclusive resort in all of French Polynesia, and that's the Brando. Most of the resorts in Bora Bora and Moorea are not all-inclusive. So you can sometimes get like a half board, which will include your dinner, but most of the times you'll be paying per item every time. So every cocktail, every beer, that's gonna come right out of your pocket. So if you're stuck on a motu, make sure to budget that. Moorea is opposite of that resort bubble vibe. There's villages that line the coast, scooters and bikes zip by you, and locals sell fruit right on the roadside. You can rent a car and enjoy the beautiful beaches and amazing pull-off overlooks. And you can stop by one of the roadside snack shops, which is a great place for lunch. There might even be tiny snack shacks right outside of your resort, so ask the people that work at the resort if there's anything really close by that you can even walk to. Many of the Moorea hotels even throw in a nice little perk. You'll get 2 beers and water and some juices refilled to your room every single day. It's not a huge thing, but it is nice to know that you do get 2 free drinks. This all adds up to 2 completely different atmospheres. Bora Bora is pampered seclusion, while Moorea has a feeling that's a little bit more warm and alive, kind of as if you're a part of like the island's daily rhythm, instead of a guest on a curated resort world. Number 5, cost. There's minimal ways around having a Bora Bora experience without experiencing some of the high costs. The domestic flight from Tahiti is going to be around $300 to $450 per person, and the transfer, which is going to add $75 to $150 per person. Those costs are pretty much unavoidable unless you take a ferry from Tahiti, which is like 8 or 9 hours, but then you're kind of delaying the start of your trip of pure luxury and relaxation. Then there's the lodging. The classic Bora Bora experience is going to be the Overwater bungalows. Now, typically, those can start around $1,500 to $2,000 per night. You can obviously get an Airbnb, but that's not going to give you that luxury Bora Bora experience that you might be kind of after if you're planning a trip to Bora Bora. So the baseline of visiting Bora Bora starts a bit higher than Moorea. Moorea does have some added costs. Again, it's that $30 round-trip ferry ticket, but it does give you flexibility from the start. You don't have to book your ticket in advance at all. You can just walk up to the ferry stand and buy your ticket right then and there. And Overwater bungalows at some of the nicer resorts, there's 3 major ones. Prices can start from around $700 to $1,500 for that starting price, depending on the season. Airbnbs are also a more inexpensive option, but again, if you're a mid-range traveler, you might just want to stay at a resort. So while Bora Bora is almost always going to be luxury priced, Moorea gives you some flexibility with a few options. Number 6 is snorkeling. Here's one of the big surprises. In Bora Bora, even in some of the most luxurious, famous resorts like the St. Regis, Four Seasons, Westin, and Intercontinental Thalassa, where's the coral? You see these amazing sandy bottom, clear lagoons right by the Overwater bungalows. But if you jump off your bungalow, where are the fish gonna be? You might see some rogue fishes or some schools of fish going in and out, but it doesn't necessarily gonna mean that the second you get into the water, that they're there. So that's something to keep in mind if you're a big snorkeler. You may have to leave your Overwater bungalow, grab your gear, and head over to the resort's lagoonarium. Moorea is a completely different experience. Nate and I could jump off of our Overwater bungalow right into the water and see amazing schools of fish, swim for a bit, and then head up, have a glass of champagne, and jump right back in. It's a kind of effortless back and forth snorkeling that's a little harder to pull off when you don't have as much marine life right outside your doorstep. And if you're in the mood for extra adventure, both Moorea and Bora Bora have fantastic tours. From sharks and stingray excursions and coral garden drifts to seasonal humpback whale swims, I'll link different excursions in the description below. Number 7 is food options. We hinted a little bit at this in the beginning, but let's get into the nitty gritty. In Bora Bora, most resorts are set on these motus, those private islands that are extremely secluded. And while it's very romantic, it also means that your dining options are going to be pretty limited to what's available on your resort. During the day, the resorts may offer free transfers to the main island, so lunch outings may not be as tricky, but when it comes to dinner, you may have to actually pay to have a nighttime transfer to get to the main island, and also you have to get a taxi, and those are few and far between. So make sure that if you are planning to go to dinner on the main island, have your taxi set up prior to getting there. And I will say, St. James was wonderful. They had an awesome poisson crew, and it was a huge size. It's right on the water, so you can get a beautiful view. In Moorea, the food options are a little bit more plentiful. There's even restaurants that'll pick you up from your resort, like Rudy's and Moorea Beach Cafe, which made it a little bit simpler if you didn't bring a car or if you just don't like nighttime driving. Rudy's has a great parrotfish with vanilla sauce that it's famous for, and I can attest it was delicious. nice. But the real fun definitely comes with the casual eats. You'll find food trucks, the snack shacks, and even a cooking class. We went to Tahiti Cook Lab and it was amazing. I do have a video of our Moorea experience. I'll link that below. It was just awesome. We got to make so many different island staples like poi, poisson cru, curried fish, so many different items, and it really made cultural immersion come to life. Also, just to mention, the snack shacks are great for lunch. They do close sometimes in the middle of the day, so if you wanted a late lunch, just pay attention and don't do what we did where we missed the hours and had to eat back at the resort. So here's the bottom line. Bora Bora definitely delivers on the luxury experience. It's the screensaver island and the honeymoon fantasy, the place you'll see in magazines, and if that's your dream, definitely go to it. But for mid-range travelers like us, Moorea will give you very similar views with far more flexibility, culture, and authenticity. You can spend less and still feel like you've hit the paradise jackpot without the sticker shock of Bora Bora. So tell me, have you thought of adding Moorea to your list, or does this get you thinking a little bit? I'd love to hear what you think. Drop a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Nate and I went to the Azores this summer. I can't wait to share with you our vlog and our tips and tricks for the Azores. It's considered the Hawaii of Europe, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!